Cool, balo.
How are you?
Balawachi, excellent, thank you.
Recently, we as a nation celebrated 1 year of our first ever World Cup. Tell us about the journey of that.
Yeah, I mean, the last 12 months it's been difficult for the world, adjusting to the new world. But as I said in day one, embrace the panic with patience, and slowly, we're getting there. The victory will be in our hearts, in our memories, in our thoughts for a long, long time. It's something that we can celebrate as a country, we can be proud of, the nation, the people, and we all come together for a beautiful moment. And we've just celebrated 12 months, and luckily we were with a few of the high performance boys with Akbar, and we got to celebrate together as a team, so it was nice. I think the greatest thing that we can take from an under-19 program into a high performance and into the national team is that we're producing players, we're producing talent. Somebody like Sharaful, is somebody that worked very hard, up and down in his journey, but found his routines, found his habits, and produced. Really, in the World Cup final, if you look at the talent he produced on that day, not just with the ball, energy in the field. And I'm so proud of him being in the national team. And like for a lot of people across Bangladesh, it gives people hope that you can play under 19s and you can then progress to play at the highest level. And hopefully he has a good tour, and inshallah the boys will do well as long as Sharaful. So
Who do you want to see in the national team after Sharaful?
I mean, I get asked this question quite a lot. I mean, over the last 3 years, I've seen so many boys progress and develop. You see Naeem, Afif, Abadat, Khalid. Then you're looking into the Rakaballs, looking into the Tamins, then looking into the Akbars. So we've got such a variety of talent that I'm hoping over the next coming years, we'll be able to shine. The cricket in Bangladesh is progressing. There's habits, the lifestyle changes that the players are making is clear to see. And as long as we follow in the right paths, keep investing in the knowledge and understanding and trying to do the basics right, I think we've got a very, very bright future.
You're working hard with the new fit team. Did you find the same energy from them to win the World Cup again?
I've always said this, sometimes you can dream big and dreams become a reality, and either living in the past or living in the future. Sometimes we forget about the now, the moment. What happened in the past is something that we'll always remember. What we can predict in the future, we don't know. We can only do what we can do at the moment. These boys are, they're quite raw. There's a lot of talent there. They're very eager to learn. They're hungry to learn, which is always good. Too much knowledge can be dangerous, so you've got to be a bit careful. But if we invest that energy, that intensity into these boys, then they can repeat the same process. Of course they can.
You work with the Pakistan domestic cricket.
Yeah.
In 2016.
Yeah.
How much difference do you feel in physical fitness compared to them with our players?
I think the difference when I went to Pakistan and was with the SSGC in the domestic level, in the team we had, I had a lot of international players. So with like Umar Yamin, Fawad Alam, Kashif Bhatti. So you had people who were already playing at a higher level, playing domestic cricket. When it comes to the fitness side, as a Westerner, it was introducing similar skills into the subcontinent, into their nation. So again, it was evolving them. And, after the 3-4 months experience and tours I had with them, at the end of the tour, a lot of the boys felt great. They felt refreshed. But like everything, when something ends, it's then trying to maintain it. So it's my job, like I do here, is to get the boys. The habits aren't just for the now. The habits are for a long time. And my famous saying in Dhaka is, you can either be the old Dhaka, which is 170 million living the same way, or you could be the new Dhaka, and you could be the next leader or the next role model for people to aspire to, the next Saqib, the next Tamim, the Mushi. So we have our leaders, we have our ambassadors, we have our role models in sport, but we try to everybody has to find their own way, their own routine. And I think it's very important that, the powers of social media sometimes, can influence a lot of people. So I think, especially in this world, it's reminding the boys of the basics are just as effective.
You know, Bangladeshi people are very foodie. Players are no different. So how tough do you feel to bring them in a strict diet?
Again, nutrition is something, you're not going to change something like this. You're never going to change it. From my world to this world, it's very different. You know, but I've taken a lot of the experiences over the last 3 years and combined them into a way of getting the players, firstly, to understand the importance. That's the most important thing. You know, sometimes it could be like fight or flight, which is like survival mode. You know, some boys come from village life. Some boys come from a poor life where food or accessibility is not as easy as when they're in the BCB or if they're on tour. So you have to understand that. So what we try to do is introduce habits and ways, whether it's sleeping habits, when they eat, not having paya and paratha and rice and roti and chapati. You know, every single day you've got 3 set meals. So it's trying to change the habits, say at breakfast, dinner time, change the habits, then dinner time, enjoy. Okay? But it's the timings on when you do it as well.
What are you thinking about Prantik Nabil as a batsman?
Nabil is, I've worked with Nabil for the last 2 years, and he is, you know, somebody that, he's a hard-working boy, you know, his English is fantastic, he's like my translator as well, you know, sometimes understanding the boys, but, you know, all of the boys, you know, they've all got their own different ways, different personalities. Understanding personalities. And my job as a coach or as a trainer or as a mentor is building the trust, so they trust in me. If they trust in me, then they'll believe in the process. You know, like one of the boys was struggling throw, and just by doing a few basic gym stuff, he comes, oh Richard, bye, gym power. But if that makes him feel good, then it doesn't make a difference. And sometimes you have to say what works for you. What works for Saki Bhai is totally different to Nabil, you know. In time, it's finding, you know, we have our ambassadors and leaders in sport, people to look up to, who have changed the way fitness in cricket, which is brilliant. But we have to find our Bangladeshi way. That's the most important thing.
Another topic, many of our senior cricketers are reluctant to play Test cricket. But what do you feel about the young side?
We just said today, I mean, I haven't seen a red ball in 12 months. We predominantly have been using white ball because of the World Cup. And since we've arrived back, we've been using the white ball, but we're going to India to play Afghanistan, and we're playing 1 4-day match. To me, 4 days, the Test cricket is the flagship of cricket. Everybody wants to play that first Test match for their country to receive their hat. For me, I was never lucky enough to play for my country. And I always see Test cricket, red ball, putting your whites on, putting your country's hat on and your colours as the flagship. And I think, but you also understand the game has evolved as well. The game has become a lot faster. It's become a lot more dynamic. There's a lot more availability out there now, and some players could adapt more to different formats. But I think for our boys, it'd be great for them to experience that. Like I teach them at the moment, time on your legs. Time on your legs, time on your legs, and when you're tired, you got to keep going. You got to keep going, because when you play Test cricket, 90 overs in 1 day, I want to be chucking the ball to the fast bowler, and he's ready to go after 15, 16 overs. You know, so it's a different dynamic, it's a different world, but you know, you respect everybody's individual wishes. I mean, I can't comment on that because I don't know the players individually to comment on that. If you know, it's the first step at the moment is the fact that we're trying to create players that haven't played any cricket. So we're trying to expose them to allowing them to actually play cricket. And I think the first steps is actually getting players back playing cricket, whatever format that might be, 50 overs, T20, whatever's easy to control under COVID at the moment. You know, and I think people need to understand as well was that for our lives as coaching staff is, you know, we're living in bio bubbles, we're living in confined areas, ground hotel. So it's not straightforward, it's not easy. So you can understand players' frustrations or players' difficulty from a mental side. It's not just the physical side or the game, but from a mental side. You know, when you're away from friends and family for so long and then expected to perform on pitches, I think sometimes people don't look at the bigger picture. It's not like you can play day one of a test match, go back to the hotel, call your partners, call your friends, go into the team room, mix with other people, go for a coffee. You can't do that. So you can understand people's frustrations from that way. But I think, you know, again, in time, dojo. Everybody wants everything now, you know. And thing is that recent series against West Indies, the first step is playing cricket again. That's the most important thing. Win or lose, just playing cricket, seeing our boys performing, that's all that matters, you know. And in time, results will come.
We entered a new era of. How was your pandemic experience?
Well, mine is, I mean, I've sacrificed personally a lot to be here. England is still in lockdown. You know, we're coming through that now. The vaccine has been rolled out. I think the world will always be a different place for the foreseeable future. You know, like I said, the sad thing about this, what's happened, is it's taken away the emotional contact, you know, the high fives, the hugs, you know, the well dones. And for me, that's very important. It's a big part of my job to have that, you know. But I think, you know, like, we'll get there. And I think over the next few months, as the vaccine has been rolled out, then hopefully, you know, we will be able to get through it. And our world will be better as we know it. And I think the world will be a better place from this.
What did you do to keep fit yourself during lockdown?
Oh, lockdown 1 was fun. So I got back home from the World Cup. I remember I spent some time with family. I went to Switzerland. We get to the phone call. England's going into lockdown. I had to quickly get back home before the airports close. And then I was doing virtual online training. So I was doing 6 sessions on Instagram and YouTube, and so that was good for my mentality. But also I was giving something back to, you know, all the people in Bangladesh. I was having people, Bangladeshis, USA, Argentina, New Zealand, Poland, France, Italy, Switzerland. Like, you come in on online sessions, bro. I'm in Australia, Sydney. It's 7 o'clock at night, or it'd be 5 in the morning in Seattle. But we all come together, you know, and so that helped. And then because we were allowed to exercise and go out once a day, I was always running. So that was for me, and then spending time with family. And I've just had a new boy as well. So my little baby boy, he's only 14 weeks old now. But I've been gone 6 weeks now, and I've missed 6 weeks. But photos and videos are helping.
What was your motivation to be in this profession after leaving the cricket field?
I've been in sport and fitness, health and fitness, lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, for nearly 15 years. Strength and conditioning, I believe, is a small part of the roles that we play as like, you know, coaches or mentors or trainers. And for my development, I mean, I've worked with professional cricket players, I've worked with professional football players, I've worked with badminton players, I've worked with swimmers. There's quite a diverse array, but obviously cricket's always been my sport, and which allows me to have the interaction when I come to practice because of being able to do multiple skills. So that's nice. And, you know, now being 36 years of age, 26 in Bangladesh, Bangladeshi passport 26. No, but you know, I've always said, like, I like to lead from the front. And even now, the boys are really tired, and we just done a little bit of time on the legs after practice, a little bit of core work, a little bit of flexibility. The boys are tired, but because I'm there doing it, I'm doing it with them. So if I can be their inspiration, their motivator, their role model, then they know that anything's possible. So I love my job, and I will continue to do it until I can't do any more, or I'm in the ground.
Do you like Bangladeshi food?
Bangladeshi foods, brother, right, let's get this I like all foods, right? But when you wake up in the morning and you go to a hotel and you see chicken jalfrezi at 7 o'clock in the morning, sesh, no. But I do like certain foods, and I like the spices, but not all the time. You know, again, habits. If I was to eat that every single day, then I wouldn't be able to do half of the stuff I can do every day, because I'd be like this.
You are very famous for your Bangla words.
Ah.
Recently, what did you learn?
Famous words. So I've now learned Osti. Osti means awesome. Is it awesome, amazing? Osti. Slow. No, Asti is slow. Osti. Osti by. Awesome. I think that means awesome. But your translations are different. Everything's back to front. So you got your and then what else have I learned recently? Peranine. No tension?
Yeah.
No tension. ठीक है say? What else have I learned? I forget. The thing is, Mocholos! But you've got to say it in a... Apparently you've got to go, like, you've got to be like this and go, Mocholos! So like, so the boys have taught me that one. So if when we were playing against HP, very, very funny. So Rakaball and Shumon, they were all trying to give me bamboo, like this, trying to give me like this. So I was like, I looked over and I went, hut! I went, Mocholos! Like this. And they were like, and they all start getting up, and they're all like clapping and laughing or something. But no, I mean, it's just my way. You know, I go to Switzerland and I speak a little bit of French. If I go to Spain, I'll speak a little bit of Spain. Maybe not a lot, but if I can say Dondabad, and there's different etiquette and manners. That's big as well. Trying to teach the boys small manners and small etiquette. You know, if I don't hear a lot Dondabad. I hear Shukriya, I don't hear Dondabad a lot. Maybe it's a culture thing, but I always try to get the boys to say please or thank you, or an etiquette, and hopefully time goes on, they become better people.
Great.
Take a say. Okay, Richard Bhai reporting live from Mirpur Stadium for all the friends and family across the Bangladesh. And Cricfrenzy, mashallah, zabardast. Enjoy, everybody, enjoy. Karo, tika say, Shabashanai. Pagla Bhai's out, enjoy. Sesh.